Hello, and welcome back to Terror Tales of LA, the podcast. I'm your host, Adri Diaz.
And I'm your other host, Quentin Ridings.
Halloween may be over, but spooky season is still upon us because Donald Trump did just get elected. So it's going to be scary for the next 4 years, so you might as well embrace it.
And I feel like this has become a bit of a refrain on the show, but we're sorry.
Yeah, we had Donald Trump be a guest on our podcast,
Yeah.
and then he became the president of the United States.
Mm.
Kind of like that episode of SNL, remember? He was on SNL, and everyone was like, oh,
Yeah.
what a loser.
So what's our Hillary playing Hallelujah moment? we can address this Hillary playing Hallelujah on the piano all sad and like it wasn't a joke. She just played it straightforward. What's that for us?
I know how to play that one song on the piano, Fiorellis.
Yeah. Okay, that we need that. We'll dress you all in white.
All in white. Use my little blonde wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're sorry if we somehow cosmically made him win.
We suffer the burden of the gift of prophecy.
Yeah, we talked about
Shelley Duvall.
Shelley Duvall, and then she literally died on the podcast.
And yet somehow we talk about Donald Trump. He doesn't die. He becomes president.
He becomes a president.
So it's we don't know what's going to happen.
This show is cursed. This podcast is cursed.
Yeah.
It's truly cursed. So, yeah, we had to take a couple weeks off from the pod to decompress from the cursory that is this pod and, take a little break from Halloween. But we are back, baby.
Back better than ever.
Better than ever in Trump's America.
Yeah. I feel refreshed for some reason.
Shut up. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Got a new swing in my step.
Stop. You would. You would.
Me?
I don't. You do.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we were trying to think, what can we talk about that is spooky, but is still kind of topical? So we decided to talk about the horror movie that came out in 2023.
Yeah.
The Eli Roth movie, Thanksgiving.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's a really fun movie. I really enjoyed that movie.
Which begs the questions, why are there not more slasher movies built around other holidays? Because this one works so well. It's I want every holiday to have a killer. Now.
I think you do have to accept though that it's going to be automatic camp.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's not gonna be You can't play it straight. It's not gonna be that scary.
Right. It's not going to be this artistic horror movie about Easter or
A24 probably is not gonna be releasing this.
Right. Well, it's so funny because last year when I saw it and I had other people see it, they were like, that movie was stupid. It was boring. And I was like, or not boring. They're like, it was just dumb and gory. And I'm like, that's literally the whole point.
Yeah.
It is this campy, corny movie about a Thanksgiving killer. That doesn't get any better.
Yeah. I feel like maybe that there should be some pushback against this kind of movement of more and we love these kind of movies, the A24 artsy horror movie, the elevated horror is the term, I think.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of love for them, but I think if you're gonna be a horror fan, you gotta take all of it into
you gotta take all the marbles.
You gotta appreciate everything. It's and part of a good horror movie is a lot of times dumb. Over the top. People make decisions that make no sense in the moment.
Right.
It's not supposed to be thought about logically. It's no, it's
Well, this movie was based off a parody trailer, right?
Yeah, from 2007, from the Tarantino Robert Rodriguez double feature Grindhouse.
Okay.
And there was a interlude in the movie, a little brief oh, go get your snacks kind of moment, and they did 3 fake trailers.
Right. Wait, what were the other two?
The other 2 were The Werewolf Woman of the SS by Rob Zombie.
Okay.
And the other one was my favorite was called Don't. And it was by Edgar Wright of Shaun of the Dead fame and Hot Fuzz.
That's fun.
And all it was that trailer was, if you're thinking of going to this haunted mansion, don't. And then if you're thinking of opening this scary door, don't. And then there's cuts to ghosts and zombies and stuff.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was great.
I really like the fake trailer for the Thanksgiving movie.
I mean, I would watch maybe not a full length movie version of fake trailers, but give me an hour of them. I'd be pretty happy.
Right. Yeah, I love a good parody. Well, it's funny because I remember from that trailer that it's also directed by Eli Roth, right?
Thanksgiving.
trailer?
Yeah, that was this is like his conception.
Got it. Then the trailer, there was one scene that I was kind of expecting in the movie, but they didn't have. The famous cheerleader trampoline scene.
Yeah.
Where she's bouncing on her butt and then a knife pokes through the trampoline.
They bailed on that one.
They bailed, pussies.
I know. She cut her foot and then got stabbed in like the gut, I guess. Oh, and
Boring.
And didn't even die. They stuck her ass in the fridge.
The freezer. Oh, no, the fridge, you're right.
She's supposed to be like wine.
Such a stupid movie. So good. Yeah, honestly, I love this movie, but it could have been a little more gory, if you ask me.
I thought the moment from the trailer that they didn't follow through on it was the guy fucking the turkey.
That was in the trailer?
In the Grindhouse trailer.
Oh, but not in the movie.
No, because they had a similar moment where they cook the new wife of like the Right Mart owner. Mm-hmm. But like no, in the original trailer it was the opposite. It was like the head was on the turkey and then he's fucking the turkey.
Very scary movie too.
Yeah, exactly. So like they couldn't follow through on that.
Got it.
I know.
Well, it wouldn't make sense, but before we even start spoiling it, if you haven't seen it,
what are you doing?
What the freak are you doing?
What, are you some kind of weird little freak who listens to like a podcast about a movie and then hasn't seen the movie? Because if you are, well, keep listening. But
just keep listening. Yeah. But I mean, it is on Netflix. If you want to check it out, watch it before you listen to this pod.
Watch it with your family.
Watch it with your family, maybe on Thanksgiving. It's going to be probably an awkward Thanksgiving this year with certain relatives. So instead of talking politics, maybe you pop on Netflix, watch this movie, or I guess Eli Roth is a Zionist, so if you don't want to support him, you can just illegally
stream it.
Yeah. On Watch Hug, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Watch Chug.
WatchChug.com. That's where we watched it. Because apparently, if you also have the cheap Netflix account with commercials, you can't watch this movie.
You don't get it.
So stupid. I hate that I have commercials on Netflix.
Yeah. So let's execute some praxis this year and not support the IDF.
Yes. Or do whatever the hell you want. I don't care.
And the world's gonna end in like
the world's gonna fucking end.
2 years probably.
2 years tops. So we're just gonna have fun these next 2 years and talk about movies and horror things until the world ends. Mm-hmm. And if you guys are gonna come along for the ride, we would love that.
Yeah. Come sit down on the other deck chairs of the Titanic with us.
Aww. I'll hire someone to play the violin while we're going down.
Yeah.
But playing Hallelujah on the violin.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Did you ever used to play an instrument when you were a kid?
I tried guitar for a little bit.
How was it?
I got unlucky. It was like this Guitar Center type place. Within like a month, each guitar instructor like ended up like quitting.
Because you frustrated them so much.
Yeah. So I got like one lesson.
Is it because you have little feminine hands?
I mean, I should have played piano.
Show the camera. If you're listening rather than watching, just picture the most beautiful, sophisticated, very meek hand you've ever seen, and that's Quinn's hands.
These hands are meant to be holding like stemware.
At
all times. I should be toasting.
Yes.
But not playing instruments.
No, well, I used to play clarinet, and only because Squidward from SpongeBob played clarinet.
That was your inspiration?
It was my inspiration.
You're like, I want to be like that guy.
That guy I resonate with.
Yeah.
As a sixth grader, I get him.
Of SpongeBob's neighbors, I want to be the unfun one who just yells at them.
It's kind of fitting. You are my SpongeBob a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like I'm also a little bit of Patrick sometimes.
Oh, you're definitely Patrick sometimes.
Sometimes.
I get a little Patrick too, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Go a little Patrick mode here and there.
Yeah, a little bit.
But anyways, speaking of dumb, let's talk about this dumb, very fun movie.
Let's jump in this dumb movie.
I liked all the Easter eggs that they had in the movie. I really liked the cast. We had a lot of good surprise cameos here and there that were very fun. This overall is just a very fun, gory movie, and I highly recommend it. As long as you go in not thinking this is like some art ho movie.
Yeah, this is not going to be like any Oscar shortlist.
Yes. Hopefully not. Or maybe.
They put it in like a year after the fact.
Yeah.
A special Oscar.
Special Oscar.
Yeah.
So anyways, we open on kind of like a Halloween Easter egg where it's like a POV of the killer
Yeah.
or what you think is the killer. It's a fake out. Wait. It's like a fake out and it's like, "Oh, you think it's a killer stalking this house because you hear the heavy breathing, you see him outside the house." And then the door opens and then it's a fake out. 'Cause it's like, oh, it's just the police officer of the town coming to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But
actually.
double
fake out.
You do find out at the very end he is the killer.
It was the killer, so it kind of works out.
Yeah, so that's the end of our podcast here.
Yeah.
So
See you next week.
See you next week. No. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you've seen the movie and then if you recently rewatched it, it was really fun to kind of, because I had only seen it once before rewatching it for this episode. And I was like seeing all the little nods to like him being the killer the whole time. I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of smart. I like that. And, the police officer is played by Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah, Mr. Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, Mr. Ella Enchanted. You never saw Ella Enchanted?
I did not.
It's a beautiful movie.
All right, I'll put it on my list.
And put it on your list. Yeah, he's fun. He's a hot old man. And yeah, he comes into this Thanksgiving. You find out that he's like visiting. It's like a friend's Thanksgiving.
It's his brothers.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's his brothers, and the wife
is
super horny for him.
Played by the always welcome Gina Gershon.
Gina Gershon, who is a camp queen herself.
Oh yeah.
So that was a nice little cameo.
Love her.
Love her. But it's so funny because they're supposed to play like, brother and sister-in-law, but rewatching it now, knowing the plot of the movie, I was like, they are so horny for each other.
They're not doing a very good job of hiding it.
No, if I was that brother, I'd be like, yo, bro, what the fuck? What are you doing with my wife?
Calm down.
Calm down. You guys are too horny on Thanksgiving in my living room.
I don't know, maybe like in my mind, the brother was having an affair with someone, one of the employees at the
At Right Mart?
At Right Mart that he was managing. So he was also probably happy.
That would be a good little twist.
Yeah.
I like that. I do like that.
Him and Tim Dillon were hooking up.
Tim Dillon is in the movie. He's a security guard.
Yeah.
So we see that family. It's kind of like a lower middle class family. The brother works at the Price Smart store.
He's like a manager.
Or Right Mart.
Yeah,
Right Mart.
which is like, I guess, the one store in town.
Yeah, in this small town.
Of Plymouth.
Plymouth, Massachusetts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we cut to another family on Thanksgiving the same night, but it's the owner of Right Mart. And you see that the house is clearly much more fancier than the other. You see that there is a
disparity.
Yes. And then we meet our final girl, Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
She's great. She's really pretty. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
she's pretty.
Well, I had never seen her in anything prior to this either,
and I don't think I've seen her in anything else after that.
No, of the cast, I think the only person who's gotten more famous since this movie's come out is Addison Rae.
Well, I thought that was the whole point, that she was in this movie because she's just famous.
Well, I think she was getting famous, but I think she's only become more famous in the past year.
That's true.
Since this has come out.
Have you heard her song Diet Pepsi?
Because people put that in like their stories enough now. I've heard it.
Do you like that song?
It's fine.
Does it make you horny?
No.
Diet Pepsi. I actually forget how it goes. I'm not a big Pepsi fan, so I don't really like it.
But if it had been
was
about
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Ooh, that song would be streaming in my earbuds. So we find out that the owner of Right Mart actually is doing a Black Friday sale on Thanksgiving.
What? So a Black Thursday sale?
A Black Thursday sale on Thanksgiving. And that was kind of a discussion in both families. Like the one who's the manager, they were just like, that's so awful that they're making you work on Thanksgiving. And then this family
was little Bostonian accents. They shouldn't make you go in to go in on a holiday.
Yeah, and then the owner's family, the stepmom's just like, yeah, make us more money, essentially.
She's just like fully evil stepmom.
Evil stepmom. who's a lot hotter than her husband.
Her little rat-faced husband.
Her little rat-faced husband. So I get it. He has to make her happy.
Who is, I think most people's parents would recognize that guy from Suits.
Suits.
The show that was on USA starring future Queen of England.
Oh my God.
Meghan Markle.
He's in that?
Yeah.
What is he in?
He's like one of the main cast.
That is so funny because I just started watching Suits for the first time.
Yeah, because I wrote that down. Like that's like people's parents know that show, and that he is in that.
I just started watching Suits. That's so funny that you bring that up. It's so bad.
It's extremely bad, but
it's so good.
It ran forever. It's a dumb. It's part of like this era of programming called like Blue Sky, where it's just like a lot of the shows like had like the color of the skies. They like corrected it to make it extremely blue. It was like kind of breezy, light, easy watching shows that it's. Whatever problem they had within the program got solved very easily.
Right. No, yeah, I've been watching it.
they solve it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this is so corny, and it's so funny because it just feels like, it almost feels like AI writes it, and it's just like, of course, like middle America would be watching this and be like, yeah, that's how lawyers talk.
That's a lawyer. That's a lawyer.
That is a lawyer.
It's the kind of like logic that like people, to use another show, like people like Charlie Kelly from Always Sunny, like can trick themselves into thinking they know the law.
Right.
Like, I was like, oh, I can be a lawyer. Of course, I've watched all these shows.
That is my toxic trait. My toxic trait is that I think I could get away with murder.
You watched enough like things now. It's like, well, I know I won't fuck up like this guy did.
Right. Like literally, now I'm like, I could talk my way out of it. Like,
well, I think the number one thing is you can't ever tell anyone at all. Like you can't like confide in anyone. It has to be in a town you're not from, and it has to be a complete stranger.
Sure, to actually get away with it. Mm-hmm. But that's boring.
It's not personal.
I want to kill someone who's a little stinker.
Yeah, someone's like kind of annoying.
I want to kill someone who's fucking won't shut the damn yap.
That guy that cut me in line the other day. Like that's a guy.
That's who I want to kill.
I'm getting him.
I'm not gonna kill some rando in another town. That's boring.
Yeah.
What does that do for me?
Mm-mm.
Anyways, I'm getting all fucking maniacal over here.
Adri's bloodlust is
We're
rising
going Thanksgiving
once again.
mode.
Also, okay, that was very funny in this town. Like they talk about how much they love Thanksgiving because it was the site of like the Mayflower landing. Mm-hmm. No, not one reference to any of like the Native American tribes.
No, of course not.
It's all the white pilgrim focused.
Well, it's better that they did that than the killer be like a Native American
dressed up as
because the killer is like a pilgrim and he's killing people.
I also think like the decorations around town could have at least acknowledged where did the feast come from? It's like the Thanksgiving they were going to die, and then
2023 everyone was on their toes. Okay, everyone didn't know what was good.
It's just better to not acknowledge it at all.
Don't acknowledge it at all, especially this movie about like murdering.
Mm-hmm.
I think if anything is probably just the safer bet.
Yeah,
just leave that part of history out.
But
not saying
anymore.
It's good,
but in 2024, not anymore.
I don't. So anyways, we find out that the brother is going to go into work. The daughter of the owner of Right Mart is going to go out with her friends.
By the way, their last name is Wright. It's Wright. Yeah, it is Jessica Wright.
Oh, okay. That's easy to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Well, we just keep saying Right Mart. Everyone's like, it's because it's a family name, apparently.
Got it.
It's important.
Got it. Anyway, so
Go on.
Jessica is gonna go hang out with her friends on this Thanksgiving Eve, and it's the most gorgeous group of teenagers I've ever seen in my damn life.
I thought they were okay.
They were. What are you talking? It was Addison Rae. It was
Scuba.
Scuba was cute. Yulia.
Evan,
the dumb guy.
and Bobby.
Yeah, it was a good mixture.
Star baseball player.
Yeah, I was about to say it was a good mixture of kind of horror movie tropes in a group of friends. It's like we have the final girl, we have like the star athlete, we have the dumb guy, we have Yulia, who I guess is just like a foreign exchange student. They don't really.
I felt like they could be like Russian mobby kind of type.
Sure, Addison Rae, I guess like the sidekick, but I thought she was like.
And the black guy.
And then the black guy, yeah, they really covered their bases. Yeah.
Hey, woke 2023.
Yeah.
Scuba
see?
makes it.
Scuba makes it. And so they're going to go out and they decide they're going to go to Right Mart on this Thanksgiving Eve.
Because someone just so happened to get their phone smashed getting in a fight with some kids from a rival high school.
And so then we see them go to Right Mart. There's a huge mob.
Because guess what? Everyone in this town is so fucking horny for waffle makers.
Oh my God, yes. That, I was like, why?
That was the hot ticket item this year.
Yeah, everyone, I mean, I loved how campy it was because
Yeah.
I think that was the joke. But
Yeah.
they just kept being like, we gotta get our fucking waffle makers and like
Yeah.
pushing people
It's
out of the
not
way.
like it's not TVs, it's not computers, it's not electronics. Those aren't big ticket items anymore. No, we want fucking waffles.
This town loves waffles.
Yeah, they want to make them themselves.
Yeah, they don't want no store-bought
No,
waffles.
no more.
No.
They've let go of ego.
So yeah, we get a little backstory that it's become like a mob at this point. They really want their discounted waffle makers, and since the final girl is her parents or her dad is the owner of it, they get to cut the line. So
Yeah.
everyone's pissed at them.
Who is pissed at them? Well, there's Lizzie the waitress. Lonnie and Amy are the two of they went to the rival high school. That's the cheerleader and the guy who got in the fight.
Yes.
And funny thing is, like, since we just talked about Halloween, speaking of Easter eggs, I feel like now Lonnie's name has to be an allusion to the one kid from Halloween. Because that's just
Is that his name?
Yeah, because like that's just such a not a normal name to come across. But like Lonnie's like the one they scare away from the Lonnie, get your ass out of here.
Oh yeah.
was
I
like, that
think you're
has
totally
to be
right.
why.
Yeah. I think you're totally
love that
right.
little
No, there
allusion.
was a lot of those kind of moments. There was a lot of nods to Halloween, and I love that. I love that for them.
And then the crowd's hot, and who is not doing their job?
Manny and Doug. I don't know who Doug is played by, but Manny is played by our beloved Tim Dillon.
Yes.
Which I thought was a very fun cameo. I think that was like his first movie credit.
Probably, yeah, because like he's not an actor. He's a
stand-up, yeah. And it was very funny seeing him in that. He played a very good scared security guard, which I think, by the way, because you find out later that he's on this list of people who are going to get murdered after this event. I thought there needs to be justice for Tim Dillon because whenever the mob starts getting crazy and they start breaking in, Tim Dillon says, fuck this, and runs away.
Yeah.
I completely agree with him.
Valid point.
That is so valid. There's 2 security guards and 300 people.
And they're probably making what? Minimum wage?
Yes.
In maybe time and a half, but that's on minimum wage.
Yes, no, absolutely. And then he gets his fucking, well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but the mob breaks through, they get in there. We see some great deaths.
So dumb, fun deaths.
The funnest, dumbest deaths ever in a movie, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
The first one is like they break through the glass because
Yes.
there's so many people pushing their way through the store.
Yeah.
And someone just walks by and gets their neck jabbed
By,
by
like,
a
a
shard
little-
of glass that's sticking out.
Yeah, that was great.
And then the one, not Tim Dillon, but the other security guard gets smashed.
Doug.
Gets his ass fucking smashed.
They flattened Doug.
They waffle ironed his ass with the door.
They were stomping.
They killed him. And we find out that Gina Gershon's character, Amanda, it actually came to the store to give her husband that she's cheating on
She was
some
feeling-
Thanksgiving dinner.
Because she was feeling guilty because she'd gotten rawed earlier that night by Patrick Dempsey.
Quentin, you
So
don't know if it was raw.
I mean, I think I do because I know they're doing it raw.
Oh, that's true.
I know they were doing it. At the very least, at some point, they were definitely doing it raw.
And it's so funny that like Gina Gershon's like how old again?
I think she's like 60.
Yeah. So in this movie, the whole plot is that the police officer played by Patrick Dempsey is having an affair with Gina Gershon, and she was actually pregnant and she dies.
She was gonna leave her.
She was gonna leave her
husband.
manager husband for him to have this baby.
The world's oldest baby.
I was about to say.
The world's oldest
Can
geriatric
she even-
presidency.
yes. How is she gonna have that damn
'Cause
baby?
she
She's old
looks
as shit.
good.
She looks good. I don't know.
That I think she's been it's been bearing down there a while. Yeah, the store is closed. The eggs are all gone.
The mob took all the eggs in that store down there
Yeah.
on this Black Friday sale.
But what happens to poor Gina?
So one of my favorite deaths. She
It's a classic
gets a classic 1-2 with the shopping
little
carts.
shit rocking.
She got her shit rocked. She falls. These 2 shopping carts collide and smash her head in.
But hold on, she was like on the floor crawling across it for like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, she like fell ages ago.
She hurt her hip because her ass is old and she couldn't get up again. How's she gonna have a baby?
How's she gonna have a damn baby? You know, honestly, this was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, that baby was coming out a monster.
And then her hair gets caught in one of the wheels of the shopping cart, and then she gets scalped.
Yeah.
Okay, so bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, and also Bobby, importantly, tries to help put the Doug on the ground.
Yes.
Great. Didn't die. Great arm break, though.
Yes.
It looks so gnarly.
Yes, and that's his baseball throwing arm.
A little 5'6" Bobby, star athlete.
Little curly Sue, 5'6".
Yeah. Maybe if his ass wasn't so little, he wouldn't have gotten stepped on.
Yeah, he was like, and that's like an important backstory. It's like he's this up and coming like baseball star coming out of this town. He was gonna go to college next year on a full scholarship for baseball, but then his arm broke.
Yep.
So,
now he is a tow truck driver.
yes, but before that, the friends of the final girl of Jessica. Some of them are like recording what's happening.
Because this is modern, so anytime shit goes down, phone's coming out.
Yeah, we are kind of conditioned to do that now. And then finally, Patrick Dempsey finally fucking after his baby mama got her fucking head scalped.
Yep.
After all these people died, then he decides to pull out his gun. And then he shoots the ceiling, and then we get the great title card of Thanksgiving.
Instead of like going around killing everyone, his ass needs to look in the mirror.
For real? Like, honestly? Yeah, because you find out he's the killer at the end.
So that's a white man. He
For real.
looked around and blamed everyone but himself. Who could have prevented this? Not me, the sheriff.
Yeah, that's literally your fucking job.
Your one job. Oh no, it is the fault of the minimum wage security guards. They did this.
And these hot teenagers.
Yeah, they're to blame. He put a lot of blame on those kids.
They barely did anything.
Everyone else is like stealing waffle irons. No, they're fine.
So stupid. He could have prevented all of this. But anyways, then it cuts to like a year later. It's the anniversary of the Black Sale Friday.
Yeah,
Black Friday sale.
Wouldn't you know it? It's Thanksgiving again.
It's Thanksgiving again. Bobby, the baseball player, is MIA. He ghosted the final girl.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah. But
what a man! What a pussy! That's
but
such
don't worry. The guy, he was in the wings. He stepped up. Ryan.
Oh yeah, that we do meet this guy named Ryan at the store as well, who's kind of like a little weasel, but is like clearly interested in Jessica. But she didn't give him time of day because she had this little 5'6" star athlete. But now that he ghosted her, little mama came rolling around back to the weasel.
Yeah.
And now they're dating.
Yeah, this kind of like, he looks like a guy that's going to eventually work in finance.
Oh, for sure.
But he's taller than her. I mean,
he is tall at least.
Compared to Bobby.
Compared to Bobby's short ass.
I've talked to enough of you ladies. I know how y'all feel about heights.
Yeah. How are you as a man going to be 5'6" and get your head blown off?
Yeah, everyone knows JFK was also 5'6".
Famously 5'6".
Yeah.
But anyway.
Our first short king president. Groundbreaking stuff.
That's why we wanted Bernie Sanders. Not because of his beliefs, but because he has a tall glass
6'1".
of water. Tall.
Him and Cardi B were going to run together.
Ooh, I would love that. America would be fixed, honestly.
Please welcome to the stage my lovely running mate, Cardi B.
Don't do a Cardi B impression.
I don't have one.
I saw it in your eye.
I thought about it. I was like, I don't have one. I got one locked and loaded.
Cardi. But anyways. Then we start seeing some mysterious deaths. But before we see the mysterious deaths in this town, for some reason they're passing out masks for this Thanksgiving parade of the John Carver, I guess, who was like the first governor of their town.
Yeah, Mayor, Plymouth.
Yeah. And so that's important to know. Mm-hmm. And so they're passing out these masks, and all of a sudden these deaths start happening. Yeah. The waitress from earlier.
First and foremost, yeah, Lizzie. Who was very mean.
She was a fucking hag.
I don't think there were too many tears lost over Lizzie.
Yeah, she's the first death from the murderer.
Can we talk about her death a little bit? Because
great death.
They use a scene which again, speaking of homages, I think has to be to one of my favorite movie deaths all time, Jason X, Jason in Space.
It's so funny. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. So when Jason is thawed out from the cold, void of the vacuum, someone's like doing an autopsy on him. They don't know who Jason is, so like their guards are very much down. This nice blonde, I guess, physician or what they call coroner, is like got her back to him. And wouldn't you know, in this
first mistake.
Yeah, first mistake. He does this fun little classic sit-ups that they all like straight rise off the ground. And wouldn't you know, there's this big vat of liquid nitrogen, which
of course,
which as you know is well below freezing. It's like instantaneous, like freezing. So he grabs her from behind and shoves her face into liquid nitrogen. You see it from this like
that's a bitch move.
You see it from like a flipped camera angle. You see her face freezing. He pulls her out and then smashes her face on the counter. Nuts.
Yeah.
It's like
is it like her face like crumbled into a million pieces?
Yeah. Like
that's fun.
It's wild. So I felt like this movie did a like homage to that with like the
because we see the waitress Lizzie. She's like getting off her shift from being a fucking hag of a waitress. We see she was like, I would say, the biggest instigator in the mob.
Like, how has she not been fired yet?
For real, she was so fucking rude.
Yeah.
But anyways, we see she notices the John Carver mask and she's like, that's weird, whatever. Doesn't think much of it. She's locking up the restaurant, and then, like you said, I think it's a little nod to that scene. We see a John Carver mask with a little pilgrim hat grab her, a masked figure grab her, dunk her face in water, not liquid nitrogen.
This restaurant didn't have liquid nitrogen.
They're 86.
Yeah.
I saw it actually on the whiteboard.
It comes next Tuesday.
Yeah, on the 86 liquid nitrogen. Do not order.
Yeah.
He dunks her head in the water, pulls it out, but sticks her face to the freezer door, and she's stuck. And that is so fun.
Yeah.
I think that's a great death. He disappears for a hot second. She like has to rip her face off. Ugh, gross, but so fun. But I think it's so funny that when she did that, like when she pulled it off, she's like, "Oh, I guess he's gone. I'm just gonna go home now." Like that's all he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so she goes to her car, and then she does like the famous horror trope of like, "Where are my keys? My keys? Where are my keys?"
Yeah, keys are always getting lost.
Why does no one know where the damn keys are when they're about to get killed?
I know they're dorky, but maybe everyone should start investing in those little key rings, the little bungee.
Yeah.
If you had those, your ass wouldn't be dead.
You would not be dead.
Yeah.
That would be a good commercial for those things.
Yeah. Hey, we know they're not cool. But what's your life worth?
Yes, exactly.
A few style points?
Yes.
Probably.
So 3 payments of $19.99.
Yeah. What are we doing? Wasting our time with the podcast.
Oh my God.
Selling these little key bungees.
But we have to target the cities that are big on murders.
Yes. All of them?
But there's some with extra murders.
Yeah, the like Baltimore, I feel like, is up there. Detroit.
Yeah, we'll just hit up those places. We get killed.
Yeah,
immediately. So anyway, she's looking for her keys, and what do you know? This John Carver masked guy is in her car. I guess he took her keys.
He's got a real sense of style, like he's very elaborate.
Very theatrical.
Yeah, I think before he became a cop, his ass was he wanted to be an actor.
I see. I can see that.
He failed out of like going to Broadway.
So he takes her car and he starts chasing her, which, by the way, drives me nuts that she just ran in a straight line.
Serpentine.
Yes.
If you're ever being chased, serpentine.
I learned that at a young age.
Yeah.
If you're getting shot at, you do your little zigzags. You don't be fucking running.
They don't call them that. They don't call it serpentine. They call it zigzags in the valley.
Yeah, they call it zigzags. Damn it, I can't hear her. She's doing them zigzags.
Not them zigzags again. Let her go.
So she goes straight, but this was great because you think the car is just going to run her over and kill her. Nope. That car, you know what that car does? Pins her up to the trash bin, and she falls in the trash bin, but then the lid of the trash bin closes and slices her in half.
Clean.
I
love it.
It's such a dumb kill, but it's so funny.
I think it reminded me of Lonnie's death when he gets his neck snapped. I think there's something in this water in this town where everyone's bones are made of cheese.
Yeah.
Because all it took for Lion Eye was get head just slightly twisted around. No resistance.
Yeah, and it went all the way around.
Yeah, there's like, I was like, and then she got cut in half. I was like, what is happening to this place?
Yeah, I think the bones aren't good there.
The one RFK was already been through this town. He already took the fluoride out of the water.
Yeah, exactly. Such a funny death, and then it's like the next day, and we see her half body on top of the right mart
on the star,
on the star of the logo.
Mm-hmm.
So they know it's personal, and it has something to do with the anniversary.
Yeah, again, his little theatery ass drug her across town, up to the roof, and then like had to, I guess, just angle her so to drop her down onto the star.
Oh, right. I mean, how many times do you think he may have missed?
He missed.
The body just kept falling. Yeah. He's like, damn it. All night. This police officer would be tired.
Yeah.
Those police officers are not in the best shape. No. Especially he's a sheriff.
Yeah. His ass is not on patrol.
No, he's barely doing anything. Mm-hmm. And then we get the second death of Tim Dillon, which I thought he had one of the best lines. It made me laugh so hard. So he's kind of doing the cowardly thing of like he was gonna go somewhere. So he's like packing up his bag.
Smartly though too. He's like it took one death for him to go, I'm out.
Exactly. Smart. This guy's actually smart.
Yeah.
And he is packing his bag. He's gonna go out of the country. He's scared.
He's on his way to Cabo.
Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And he is packing his bag, and then he realizes, wait, where the hell's my passport? What's going on? I just had it, to insinuate that maybe there's someone in the house already. Yep. And he's a cat mom. Mm-hmm. He's a cat mom.
Proud cat mom,
which I'm also like, what was he going to do with the cat? Like, he was just going to have the neighbor feed him?
I feel like he said something to that effect.
Yeah, he said something about that, but...
So he wasn't going to straight up... It wasn't going to be, like, abandoned, but it's, like, it's still kind of a shitty thing to do.
I would kill him based off that, not the fact that he ran away.
The cat has got to go with you.
The cat has got to go with you.
What, cats don't like...
If you're going to be a fucking pussy, you got to bring your pussy, you know what I'm saying?
And cats don't like...
How many times do I say that a day, Quentin?
Always. It's your lower back tattoo.
You're going to be a pussy, bring your pussy. So I would have killed him based off that. But anyways, so he realizes there's someone in the house. Mm-hmm. He grabs his bat. He's asking the cat, hey, where is he? Where is he? And, of course, the cat steers him in the wrong direction. Such a cat thing to do.
Cat looks over there. I was like, oh, he's in the kitchen.
And then he had the best line. It made me like laugh out loud. And how he said it, he's like, you better come out. I'm a security guard. I've killed so many fucking people. It's so funny and so stupid. And then what happens? He gets a blender to the gut.
Yeah, he gets an electric carver.
That's right.
Which he just had lying around.
Yeah, he didn't even hear him turn it on or anything. Nope. Gets him straight in the gut. That's pretty tough. Gruesome. But it's not even over then. Nope. Then he slices his neck off. His head off.
He uses a Garrett. Mm-hmm. Again, and it goes right through. Next to no resistance. Mm-hmm. Again, he's also been drinking that bad water.
Yes, exactly. And I thought that was a very fun death, unexpected. But my favorite part of that scene was when he was leaving, he did feed the cat before he left, which I thought was very nice.
Yeah, he's not the killer is not a complete monster.
Not a complete monster.
No. Which is good, because I feel like obviously so often in horror movies, the pet goes first.
I know.
And it's like,
you know what?
I don't need to see that anymore.
No.
It's been done.
Been there, done that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're back with the kids again.
Yes.
They're all
teenagers.
The teenagers, the high schoolers. And all of a sudden they get tagged in a post.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. There's this elaborately decorated Thanksgiving table. But they just notice all of a sudden their names are there.
Mm-hmm. They have little place cards with their names, and they're like, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm. Probably nothing.
Yeah, probably nothing at all. There's just this mysterious Instagram that tagged us in this thing, and then there's a couple dead bodies in the background of the picture. But
again, yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
No cause for alarm. Don't get out of school. Yeah. Don't leave school.
No. Go about your day.
Just go about your day. There's that Thanksgiving
Party.
parade that's coming up.
Yeah,
there's a party coming
There's
up.
somehow a party with a known drug dealer that apparently everyone in town knows, and it's just accepted that he's gonna have a party and sell alcohol to underage kids, and we're just and guns apparently.
Guns and alcohol.
He also sells guns and alcohol to the local teenage populace. And
when I was watching it, I was like, I personally didn't know him, but I guarantee you there was a guy in my hometown that probably did that.
They did
as well.
that, but also it's like weirdly everyone's cool with him and kind of likes him.
Yeah.
Like including like the adults.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Like this guy's like a classic like fuck up burnout. Like he never got out of the town, and for some reason we're supposed to he's sympathetic and we're supposed to like him.
So then we get to the scene of they're like getting ready for the Thanksgiving parade. One of the guys, the guy that you said earlier, who was in the rivalry high school, Lonnie, right?
Lonnie.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. They're doing a fucking rehearsal for the parade, and then his horny cheerleader girlfriend.
Oh no, they're working out because they're bro. He's a bro.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So they're working out, but then the horny teenage girl is just like, "Come here, I want to show you something." And the thing she wanted to show him was that she ain't got no chonies on
Under her cheerleading outfit.
Outfit.
It would have worked on me. That was a good hot horror scene. Like just a little bit of like tease.
You are salivating right now.
I'm not salivating. I have the normal amount of saliva in my mouth. I have an appropriate amount.
I don't know if you can use that word. But anyways, yeah, she's going to do a little horny thing. She's like, hee, I'm jumping on a trampoline. I don't got no chonies on.
Speaking of, bring back some teen A. I miss teen A in horror movies. Not everything needs to be like all weird and prudish now. This Gen Z, this generation below us, they're not horny, and I don't like it. It's weird to me. You're young.
You have not blinked once since you've been talking about this.
This is the hill I'll die on. The Gen Z and the youth these days are not horny. It's weird. You have no thoughts? You agree with them?
Can I finish a damn sentence?
Yeah. All right, Miss Puritan.
No. It's Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Oh, now you're going to let me finish a sentence.
Yeah, I was waiting for
Okay,
it.
anyways. So, again, I was kind of hoping the death that we saw in the fake trailer where she's bouncing on her butt and then the knife goes through the trampoline and she gets fucking kebab.
A free hysterectomy.
Yeah.
On the house.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
On the house.
He's got a little Dr. Scrub on now.
Still the John Carver mask.
Yes, but like with the classic little doctor, like
Yeah.
little circle on his head.
Yeah.
What is that thing for? It's like I've never understood. Like I've only ever seen like in like older like TV and cartoons and
I don't know.
stuff.
I'm no damn doctor. I'm just a podcaster
What?
who barely knows what she's talking about now. But I mean, it was pretty gross death. He does this. They do the same thing. They put the knife through the trampoline, cuts her foot up, and then she falls down, stabs her in the gut, and then he snaps Lonnie's neck. And like you said, just
soft neck.
very, very soft neck. And now they're starting to realize, oh shit's really going down. They're starting to realize, like, oh, this is a killer who is taking vengeance on this Thanksgiving.
People who were there.
Who were there at that Black Friday sale. So they're starting to put the pieces together. Addison Rae and her dumb boyfriend don't die, which I thought was stupid. They just get kidnapped to the table.
Which is like, okay, like, hey, Mr. John Carver killer, have some like consistency with your logic. Are you killing people and then arranging them around the table, or are you killing or capturing people and bringing them alive to then kill later?
Literally, I need to know
like
for
why
it to make sense. Why are some people dead and why are some people alive?
Yeah, pick one. It should have been one or the other.
Or keep them alive first and then
That's
bring.
what I'm saying.
Yes,
be consistent.
Be consistent, police officer.
Yeah,
Patrick, Mr. Dempsey.
Mr. Dempsey,
please.
Your plan sucks.
It sucks. So he kidnaps them, takes them, and then the parade happens. And they're trying to lure John Carver, this masked killer. But what do you know? Everyone's wearing that damn mask.
Yes. So what does he do instead?
He dresses up like a clown.
So out of nowhere, it's so funny looking back. He just dressed up as like as a scary clown.
Yeah. And then he cuts the mascot's head off.
That was fun. Again, just clean right through the head. I don't even know if the axe connected. I think he's donked him. He's made basic contact with the turkey mascot and the head flew right off.
Yes, very funny. That poor actor who played that, though, doesn't even get any screen time.
No.
Don't even know if they get paid for that.
No, they probably just
Probably
got
day rate, that's
day rate.
it.
Yeah. Just scale.
Can't even say I was in that movie because
Yeah.
no one will believe you.
Could have been anybody.
Could have been anybody. And then the killer clown, who's John Carver, kidnaps the stepmom, the dad, the owner of Right Mart.
He's had a full day.
Full day. Gets the final girl, and they take the whole car.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out the next scene, the stepmom, who so badly wanted Right Mart to be open on Thanksgiving, she wakes up, she's all tied up.
'Cause she's
and
so greedy.
Because she's so fucking greedy and fucking hot.
Yeah.
So fucking hot. And she's too hot for that fucking weasel man that she's dating. So she has to be greedy.
Yeah.
To feel like it makes sense for her to be in this relationship.
I wouldn't buy it otherwise.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be. It's not for love.
No, obviously. Know your fucking place. Anyways, she wakes up. She's seasoned.
Yeah.
She's on a big old plate. She got oil all over her. He's salting her. He's putting little herbs on her.
Okay, not to be too pervy, it is weird she's still clothed.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I do
In this
agree
one
with that.
case, it's bizarre. Okay?
Yeah, if you're gonna cook her like a Thanksgiving turkey, you gotta take her little outfit
You're
off.
gonna cook her with the clothes on, it's gonna like cook into the skin. Doesn't make any damn sense. This is bad.
Yes, chef.
This is bad chefing. That's
See Gordon Ramsay go in there.
Is that fiber? is that polyester? Atrocious, you donkey.
You didn't take the clothes off.
You absolute donkey.
She tries to escape. We don't want to bore you with the details. He gets her ass back in the oven, throws her in the oven. She
Cooks
gets
her
fucking
to a beautiful, crisp golden brown.
Honestly, he did a great
He did a good job with it.
cooking her.
Mm-hmm.
He basted her just right.
Yep.
Gold. Honestly, she was looking a little good to me.
I was hungry.
I got a little hungry. I was thinking about Thanksgiving coming up, and I was like, "Damn, she kind of looks good."
And you already cooked her. I just want to lick a little nibble. I mean, it can't hurt, right? She's already done.
I've been watching a lot of Yellow Jackets lately, so
You're like, all of a sudden, you're like, okay, I
was
see
like,
it.
it's starting to make sense. And then they are at the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
They realize, oh shit, John Carver has kidnapped them all.
Mm-hmm.
They're all at the table, and then John Carver essentially just wants to be like, look what you did. Like, I'm killing your family, your
I'm
friends.
live streaming this.
And he's live streaming it for some reason.
Pretty tech savvy, Mr. Dempsey.
He's pretty tech savvy for like a 50-year-old man.
Yeah, he has a sense for theatrics, and he knows how to apparently get a social media audience.
Yeah.
Because how did people find his channel so fast?
Honestly, he has great star quality.
I was just like, yeah,
Consistent.
It blew up pretty quickly. Because if I started a social media account on one day and I was supposed to gain an audience, I would have no idea.
Yeah, he got like millions of viewers right away.
Immediately.
And then before that, Yulia dies, right?
Oh, poor
We
Yulia.
forgot about Yulia. Whatever, fuck her.
She's table sawed. Actually, that was actually a little bit of. Because we talked about how campy this is. That was actually one brief little bit of good acting. I did like how Scuba reacted, just kind of in shock. It's like, what do I do? What do I do?
Because that was his girlfriend.
So his girlfriend, and how would you be confronted by all of a sudden this person who was alive and she's grievously injured by this table saw?
Maybe that's where the Oscar nom's gonna go.
That 10-second snippet, that was enough.
When he was just like, "What do I do?"
What do I do? What do I do?
That was pretty sad.
It was like sad. I actually felt like that was like that was like some decent acting. So
Okay.
good for you.
We're gonna tell the Academy about
Good for
this.
you, Scuba.
Name Scuba.
Yeah, named Scuba. Well, that was a joke because his last name's like diving,
Yeah.
and his first name was like some like old timey like Horatio or something.
Yeah. There were some funny moments in here. And so they're at the dinner table. They see the stepmom. She got cooked. He's cutting up the stepmom like a Thanksgiving turkey. They escape because.
Well, now real quick, it's time for one more pun.
Go ahead. Oh, that motherfucker loved a Thanksgiving pun.
Because he had to go hit him with a pun because he had to smash Evan's head.
That was a good death.
Yeah, because
He live streamed smashing the dumb guy's head in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was gonna go viral
Yeah.
something to that effect. I figured out what his pun was. I should have wrote it down.
They were all corny.
It was corny.
I almost was like, damn, dude, you are theatrical. You're tech savvy. You have a way with words. You didn't have to turn to your life as a cop or / a killer.
You should have been organizing these parades and
You should have been the artistic director of these parades.
of the local theater.
Yes. You'd be much happier. Mm-hmm. And maybe you'd find like a wife who wasn't married already.
This is like a blue collar Boston town. I bet his dad didn't let him. He said, "No, you're gonna be a cop. You're gonna be a cop like your grandfather. Mm-hmm. Your brother, he gets to go live his dream of being a supermarket manager, but you gotta be a cop."
You know, honestly, the more we talk about this, the more Oscar worthy this is.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to it.
Cycles of abuse.
Generational trauma.
Yeah. This is deep, actually.
We talked about this before. I would have loved more deaths, actually.
They did kind of feel like they kind of pussed out. Like
they did.
Call me a traditionalist, but in my slasher movies, I want
a true final girl.
Final girl.
Yes. And so Scuba, Addison Rae, and the final girl.
Her fucking dad.
I did like the part where he's like cutting up his like wife, and then he like his mouth is gagged, but then he throws up, but then the gag is still in his mouth.
That was good. Yeah.
That was funny.
He lives, and
he lives too. And I'm just like,
you couldn't even kill the weak cuck.
Yes.
Who like let his hot wife talk him into opening the store.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, so they escape and they're trying to figure out who can it be. There's a lot of suspects. It could be Bobby because maybe he's taking vengeance because he broke his arm. Mm-hmm. It could be the wife's husband, the manager.
He's got motive.
Yeah, he's got motive. So it's kind of like we're going, who done it?
It could be finance bro.
It could be anybody. Yeah. And I think they did a great job not letting us know that it was the sheriff. I mean, again, it's just because the secret is revealed at the very end.
Jessica, because Jessica climbs the fence, gets away, runs over to like where the parade floats are stored. Mm-hmm. Somehow, and then the sheriff's knocked down the ground.
Yes.
Knowing what we know, it's kind of insane that he had time to run around the fence, and he was going to go try to frame Bobby.
Yes. Again, this man is too talented.
He runs like a sub 4 minute mile. He is.
And he could do that all while wearing a pilgrim hat, not flying off his head.
Gina Gershon was right. I'm surprised that woman hasn't snatched you up yet. He's got a lot going for him.
And that's what I'm most impressed about.
And super sperm.
Because they got her fertilize her old ass eggs.
Yeah, his sperm was so potent it woke her eggs up.
Wake up, bitch. Sleeping time is over. Yeah. He had so much potential, and then he wasted it. He wasted it on being a murderer.
I guess also it showed, on the flip side of it, it just shows how good Gina Gershon was.
She got that good.
The Il Nana, as you've said before.
Il Nana.
The fact that he'll never get it again drove him insane. That's crazy.
That'd make any man go insane.
Any man go crazy. Il Nana make a man go crazy.
Quit! What was that?
I don't know.
The Il Nana took over.
Some spirit took me over just now.
Oh, no. Il Nana. What's my name? Il Nana. Okay. So we think Bobby did it. They did a good job of that.
Even though he's like so much shorter than the actual killer.
Right.
That would be the first giveaway. It's like, well, the killer is not 5'6". So.
And also the killer did not have a gorgeous head of curly hair.
Yeah.
He had like the biggest curly. Yeah, I would have saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when a thing that the police officer said earlier to Jessica was, the devil's in the details, and so she realized that she had some like dirt on her pants, burrs on her
like little thistles. You get
little thistles on her pants, and then she looked over at the sheriff and realized he had little thistles on his little shoes, and so then she started putting the pieces together, being like, "Oh my God, it was you! But why?"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Because I impregnated that 79-year-old woman that you killed that night.
You made me lose my gilf."
And he took vengeance, and so then he's after to kill her. And Bobby's there. They're trying to escape because it was mentioned earlier in the movie that her mom had passed away and she had this little charm
Oh
bracelet.
yeah, her mom died of cancer or something.
Whatever.
Not important.
Poo-poo, caca. And she's about to shoot this gun, but she doesn't have any bullets. And she's like, let me use this bracelet, which was like a corny but cute, tender moment.
Because we had to establish earlier, she knows how to use a musket. Because they used it, because her family has a Thanksgiving commercial that her mom used to be in with her. So she knows how to fire a working musket. So she quickly, remembering this, melts down the locket.
Yes.
Turns into a bullet.
No, she doesn't melt it down.
Well, I mean,
she just puts it in the musket.
Well, like there's like gunpowder, I guess.
Okay, sure. She puts it in the musket, and then it's kind of like a laughing moment, like, that's not gonna kill me. Like, haha, what are you doing? And she's like, no, bitch, I'm shooting this tank.
It was a float full of helium.
Yeah, float full of helium. So she shoots that.
Blows his ass
and
up.
blows his ass to smithereens.
So much so, there's no body.
There's no body that they say. That's what they say. And then, of course, everyone meets up at the end. They're hugging. They're happy. They're all like, oh, we're all alive. And I'm like, boo, boring.
Yeah.
Like, why are all of you still alive?
Unless if they were to announce Thanksgiving 2 and then they come back and kill everybody, I'd be okay with that.
Or a Christmas movie. Like a year later.
Yeah. Turns out this town also really loves Christmas.
Yeah. So there could be that. And then there's a couple fake outs. At the end,
she gets together with her. She doesn't get back with Bobby, the former
and good for
baseball
her.
player. She goes back. She goes back to the boring finance guy.
Yeah, and then she has like this scary dream that John Carver takes her in a fiery pit.
Like to hell.
To hell, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, they left it very open ended that maybe there could be a sequel, but then it's been over a year now, so I have no idea unless it's in the works.
And also, we already said we don't want to support Eli Roth anyway.
That's true. Just illegally stream it.
Yeah, unless someone else takes over as director.
Yes, like me.
Like Adri.
I could do it.
Like a woman. Why not?
And I'll make sure all of them fucking die.
Yeah. There you go. That's
Gruesome deaths.
That's Adri's promise.
That is Adri's promise. So I really enjoyed this movie. I had a great time rewatching it. What would you rate this movie?
5 human drumsticks out of 5 human drumsticks.
Okay. I would rate this
Adri Tomatoes.
Adri Tomatoes. I would rate this like an 89 rotten pumpkins.
Oh, because they left them out.
They left them out for Thanksgiving.
All the way from Halloween.
All rotted and nasty.
They're very nasty by now.
Yeah, and again, I think this would be a great movie to play at a Friendsgiving. This would be a great movie to play like maybe at a family event, just to shut everyone up about any things that you do not want to talk about.
There's nothing political in this movie, so it actually works out.
Nothing at all.
Nothing for anyone to get offended by. Nary a pronoun in sight.
You sick son of a bitch. Well, guys, we have a very special guest for you. We got him all the way from Massachusetts. What?
I left a turkey in the oven all the way back across town.
Oh, my God. Quentin, why are you making a turkey? It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
I just love turkey. I was going to fuck it.
Go now. Never come back here.
I got inspired by the trailer, and I wanted to try it.
Okay, well, first I would say, oh my God, well, yeah, you got to turn your oven off. It's going to burn the house down. And second of all, I would say, get out of my fucking sight, you nasty, awful, vile man. Because I know you really are going to go fuck a turkey. This ain't some improv bit.
It's not alive. It's dead. It's cooked.
Get out of my damn sight.
Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I know when I'm not wanted.
Yeah, because I'm plainly saying you are not wanted. Get out of here, you nasty, nasty man. Take your little stinky notebook with you. You dropped it. I guess I will introduce the next guest without you. Hi, Chihuahua. Well, guys, I am so sorry. Please excuse my co-host. He is just a horny, sad little man who loves making a turkey. He loves a warm turkey. So while he's doing that, I will interview our guest. We have a very special guest. We actually got the mayor from Plymouth, Massachusetts, who's in the movie Thanksgiving. Hello, Mr. Mayor. Hello. Ooh, firm handshake. Ooh, kind of wet, too.
Hello, Adri. Hello, Terra Tales.
Can you please state your name? I don't think a lot of people know who the mayor of Plymouth, Massachusetts is.
Happily, I am Mayor Sean O'Kingston.
Sean O'Kingston.
Yes, we're one of the first residents of Plymouth, but from England. My family made a little detour, a little tropical island called Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You might know my great nephew,
Who's your great nephew?
Sean Kingston.
Your
We
nephew is Sean Kingston.
Yes, we are related. My talented nephew, great nephew.
Is he even working anymore?
He retired, though he was deeply depressed. All those beautiful girls, they made him suicidal.
I've heard.
Suicidal.
Yep. He does.
Suicidal.
He does say it 3 times on the song. You were right. Okay. Very interesting. So, is your family all kind of big celebrities? Because you're the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
You have a name. Your nephew is Sean Kingston. He has a name.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other famous relatives that you have in this family tree?
We are, as most New England politicians, distantly related to our Kennedys.
Okay.
Yes, my second cousin is going to be working with the incoming administration.
Uh-oh. Okay. We don't need to talk about that.
All right, then we won't. You'll be learned soon enough.
Okay. By the way, if you're listening, you have such a beautiful top hat. Do all mayors?
As you know, all mayors must wear top hats in Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Oh,
So
all mayors, all the multiple mayors.
all the mayors of the past
I
and
see.
present and future.
Got it. Okay, so I was discussing with my co-host earlier about how your town specifically loves waffle makers.
We do.
Why is that? Why are you guys you guys seem to love Thanksgiving and you love waffles.
It is actually a celebration. It's an old tradition of ours,
Oh, okay.
dating back to the 1600s.
Oh, what is this tradition? I would love to know more.
Because there was a belief around the time of the Salem witch trials. Mm-hmm. Everyone was going crazy from contaminated like wheat germ and things they used to make bread, and specifically flapjacks. Until an enterprising local man, John Smith, invented the...
John Smith.
He was a blacksmith. Back
Okay.
then, last names tended to reflect your profession.
Got it.
He invented the first waffle iron, saying it casted out the evil spirits placed there by the coven of local witches. And so ever since then, we have loved our waffles.
I see. Okay, so that makes sense in Massachusetts. There was probably a lot of witch trials.
Yes.
Do you have any personal stories that you've heard from your family?
We thankfully have been witch-free now for 7 generations.
Okay, so what about that 8th generation? What happened then?
Well, there was wife Goody Williams. We took it upon ourselves to we didn't have the heart to drown her like we like most witches, so we sent her adrift out into the Atlantic Ocean.
You put her like on a little boat?
A little log.
A log?
Yeah.
That almost
With a
seems
little-
more cruel.
No, we gave her fresh water. We couldn't let the local townsfolk, have their vengeance with her for cursing the crops and poisoning the livestock.
Do you personally believe in witches?
Yes, I've seen it
Oh.
firsthand.
Oh, really? You've seen it firsthand?
Yeah.
How so?
Oh, this wasn't like a mistake of food poisoning. She was in fact a witch.
Who?
My great grandmother,
Okay, elaborate, please.
Goody Williams.
Okay, how? But you said you saw it firsthand.
Oh, we maybe we didn't get rid of all the witches.
Oh.
Maybe there's a little bit of magic still left in the old family, in the old Kingston family.
Okay, so what happened exactly?
Every boy or girl on their 13th birthday in this family, we go through the trials, and we find out if we have the gift or not.
The gift. What is the gift?
of magic.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So your family believes in witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
You do believe there was witches in your family.
Mm-hmm.
So your great 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 grandmother, what did she do to make your family think that she was a witch?
I mean, we had the only crops in town that were not failing, the only healthy livestock, and her enemies kept, turning into mice.
Her enemies turned into mice?
Yeah, well,
Do we
we
know?
didn't visually see them, but every house of her enemies, if you were to enter them, the residents were no longer there, and it was full of mice.
Do you think maybe they just left and then there was just mice who infested the place?
I refuse to believe. I will not even begin to entertain that line of thinking.
Mm-hmm. So what was some other witchy things she did?
Flu.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that's pretty witchy.
Yeah. But I didn't finish. So we set her adrift in the Atlantic Ocean, knowing she could command the winds, and likely ended up in, wouldn't you know it, Jamaica.
And that's where Sean Kingston came.
Where she would then fall in love and sire many children, and down the line would give us a talented singer-songwriter. And isn't that beautiful?
Like beautiful girls.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful girl. Okay, wow. So, wow, I really appreciate you giving us so much of your family's background. It's very vulnerable of you.
I'm happy to discuss my family and the local goings-on of my beloved city.
I see. And what are some of your policies as the mayor of this town?
Due to the recent riots, I am now introducing a special one waffle maker per household. That is my promise. It will come out of local city funds.
Okay. I see.
We will continue. We are proud people. We will continue. I don't care how many killings go on. Every holiday will get their parade. That is my promise to you.
Oh.
We didn't stop when we had the Thanksgiving killer.
Right.
We didn't stop after the Killer Santa.
Mm-hmm. There's a killer Santa?
There was. We caught him. He was the head of the fire department.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very sad. At the local Christmas tree lot.
You don't look very sad about it. You're laughing a little bit.
Enough time has passed. Yeah. And as we all know, that time equals comedy plus tragedy.
I see.
Or something to that effect.
Sure.
Well, a pine tree fell on his wife, and he blamed the town and blamed Christmas. And so he went on a killing spree.
I see.
And in a similar turn of events, for our Arbor Day parade, when we had the pine tree killer.
Oh.
When that was actually our local treasury officer. And coincidentally, his wife was also killed by a falling tree.
Okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. So there's a lot of killers.
But we will never stop having our parades. That is my promise to you, citizens of Plymouth.
Yeah, I think you're worried about the wrong thing here. It sounds like you should worry about these killers and like stopping these events to prohibit more murders.
Just because it just so happens that all our civil servants eventually go crazy and become killers, like the St. Patrick's Day killer.
Oh no.
Yeah, was the head of our sanitation department.
And it's always the head of.
Well, the ones in charge it's easier for them to get away.
I see.
He was also having an affair with his brother's wife.
Oh my God, it's like parallel to the movie
I know,
we just talked about.
Except they were even older. They were
How old were they?
70 and 80.
Oh, ew.
But what? Why is that ew? Why can geriatric citizens not also deserve love?
I'm not saying they don't deserve love, but
the most tragic thing is she was also pregnant. She was the 80-year-old one. It was a miracle.
Okay, well, I don't know how well that birth would have gone.
Yeah, and she was drowned in a vat of Guinness.
Oh, yeah, fitting to the
holiday theme. Yeah,
I see. So a lot of holiday murders in your town.
Mm-hmm.
I see, and no acts on that whatsoever. No need to try and stop that.
I mean, after the fact. But why should I ask my beloved townspeople to change their way of life? just because a few odd murders happen.
It's not just a few. It seems like every holiday, a lot of people are getting murdered. And you have these big, lavish parades, and they're getting killed at the parades.
That's not always at the parades. Yes, sometimes at the parades, because we do tend to give out masks that make it harder to identify you.
Yeah, you gotta at least stop doing that.
No, we will never change our way of life. That is my promise to you.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I know you gotta get back on your flight because you have a Christmas parade
I do.
to get started.
I appreciate. And well, actually, prior to that, we are an inclusive community. Before that, we have this year's Hanukkah parade, and I'm sure that will go off without any kind of hitch or tragedy surrounding it.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna head out.
All right. Then I guess that leaves me to close up your show.
No. I will close up the show. I just meant you should probably go.
I do have a flight to catch. So happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, and happy Christmas.
You as well. Whatever you
vote
celebrate.
O Kingston, 2025.
Can I get an autograph from your great, or what is he again? Your nephew?
Great nephew.
Grandnephew,
whatever that term is.
I would love an autograph if you
I
had a
would be
chance.
happy to accommodate you next time you visit Plymouth.
Okay, I'm gonna go not during a holiday.
Fair enough.
All right. Have a pleasant evening.
And you do the same. And you do, citizens of Terror Tales.
All right, guys. Well, that was the. Oh, you can go now. Thank you. He did a little. If you aren't watching, he did a little celebratory mayor hand thing. Well, that's been our time, guys. Hopefully, next time you hear from us, Quentin will be relieved of his turkey lust, and hopefully, there's no more murders in Plymouth, Massachusetts. But who's to say? All right, that's been our time. Thank you so much. Bye.